Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at the 10 most protected people in the world. It's no secret that when you're in the public eye, people want to get to you for good or bad reasons. That is why the most powerful and high-profile people have massive security details. But here are the most protected people in the world. From super secret billionaires to world leaders. But before we get into it, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too. Coming in at number 10, we have Elizabeth II. No matter what country you live in, everyone knows Queen Elizabeth II. She's 92 years old and is the Queen of the UK and various other Commonwealth realms. Now, the Queen doesn't play a big role in politics, so this means there's not that many reasons for people to dislike her. But of course, there are crazy people out there. For example, her son Prince Charles was nearly assassinated in Australia a few years back. So that's why the Queen still does have a lot of security. First off, outside her house, Buckingham Palace, she has various guards. These are called Grenadier Guards. They're the guys in red jackets and those big black hats. They stand outside the Queen's house and they have rifles. That's very strange for the UK, seeing as police aren't even armed. In addition to those guards, the Queen also has a large motorcade for when she's in the UK. The Queen is often in her official car that she often drives, the Land Rover, but she's also escorted by various other vehicles and motorbikes. However, when she travels abroad, the security is stepped up. Her motorcades are absolutely massive and can include up to 20 vehicles. Her motorcades have been known to shut down highways in various countries, such as Italy that she visited last year. Next up is Xi Jinping. This man is the 5th most powerful person in the world. He is the president of China and has been for many years. He's known for turning China into a massive global economy, but he's also being criticized for heavy censorship of things like the internet and the media. He's very corrupt and even bans things that he doesn't like. For example, when people compared him to Winnie the Pooh online, he banned any images of Winnie the Pooh in China. Mr. Jinping is a man in control, and he proves that with his security. Everywhere he goes, he has a massive motorcade full of different cars and motorbikes. He travels in limousines with bulletproof windows. And whenever he steps off an airplane, he is surrounded by Chinese army members. And last year when he went to Hong Kong, they apparently spent over $20 million on his security alone. This included training to carry out various drills in case anything should happen to the president of China. Next up is Floyd Mayweather. So this one is a bit different, but I thought I would include it on this list. Floyd Mayweather may not have the biggest security in the world, but he is the celebrity known as having the largest bodyguards out of any other celebrity. His bodyguards are referred to as the Money Team. After all, he does like to call himself Money May. Floyd Mayweather stands at 5'8" and weighs 10 stone 7 pounds. But his largest bodyguard is 7 foot 1 inches and weighs 30 stone and 10 pounds. You may be thinking, why would such a great fighter need such big security guards? Well, it's simple. Floyd Mayweather has expensive tastes. Floyd Mayweather is known for carrying around hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash. He also wears millions of dollars worth of jewelry everywhere he goes. This makes him a target when he's walking around. Someone could easily walk over to him with a weapon and demand his $1 million jewelry pieces. So that's why Money May has enlisted the world's biggest security guards to guard him. Next up is Pope Francis. So let's go back to world leaders. Many people on this list lead countries, but Pope Francis leads an entire global religion. This makes him a massive target in any country. But one of the main jobs for the Pope is traveling around to various countries, meaning he always needs a bunch of security. Of course, he always sits in the famous Pope-mobile. The Pope-mobile is a white car which is high up so everyone can see him. However, he is safely encased behind bulletproof glass. Around the Pope-mobile are dozens of army members from whatever country he's in, and then nearer to the Pope-mobile, running alongside it, are his own personal security. He's known to have up to 50 security guards around him at all times. But before he even drives down any road, snipers need to be set up on every building. These snipers are very vigilant and watch out for anything that may be happening on the ground. And if needed, the snipers will take out any potential threats. So if you go and try and see the Pope, make sure you're minding your P's and Q's. You never know who could be looking down a sight right at you. Next up is Donald Trump. When Donald Trump was a billionaire businessman, he had some security. But now that he's literally the president of the United States, his security is crazy. Every US president has a lot of security, but because Trump is such a controversial figure, this means he has even more than usual. Trump is known to have a lot of security following his every move. And Trump's security seems very good, for example when they protected him from a protester in Ohio. Recently, the White House has also spent millions of dollars on a brand new vehicle called the Beast for Trump. I made an entire video about this where you can see all the details of the car, so be sure to check that out. But every year, $61 million is spent simply guarding Trump Towers. That's right, even though Trump is in the White House, $61 million must be spent on security for Trump Towers. Next up is Kim Jong-un. Do you remember Mr. Tipton from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody? Well, that's kind of how Kim Jong-un's security operates. Everywhere he walks, he is constantly surrounded by a circle of security guards. These are very highly trained and loyal North Korean men. Most of the time, Kim Jong-un does not leave his own country, meaning he's pretty well protected. But when he traveled to Singapore to meet Donald Trump in 2018, the world was stunned by his security. Not necessarily because of how amazing they are, but because of how ridiculous they are. As you can see, his security was pictured running alongside his vehicle. Instead of having a motorcade full of cars and motorbikes, this guy just has people. The bodyguards had to jog alongside his vehicle and behind it. Rather scarily, these bodyguards actually act as a human shield. They're handpicked out of the army for their fitness, marksmanship, martial arts skills, and looks. That's right, Kim Jong-un makes sure his security are all very good looking. To communicate, his security use walkie-talkies and earpieces. Next up is Emmanuel Macron. So when it comes to France, many French people are very passionate when it comes to politics. Nicolas Sarkozy and François Hollande, former French presidents, have both had people try and jump on them. That's probably why current French President Emmanuel Macron's security is so tight. But in 2018, this proved to be a mistake. In July of 2018, Macron's security was filmed beating a protester. This was Macron's security officer, the head of his security. But Macron's security does still cost millions of dollars and is very tight. Next up is Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin is said to be the most powerful man in the world, and this is proven by his security. Putin actually has a mysterious agency called Putin's People. These are guards who protect Putin wherever he goes, no matter the country. Putin travels in a brand new Russian limousine which was designed in 2018. It's incredibly strong and is modeled after the Beast, Donald Trump's car. When the president of Russia wants to commute from his home in St. Petersburg to Moscow, a massive motorcade follows him around. All of the streets of Moscow are cleared for Vladimir Putin, and his motorcade of around 20 motorbikes follows him in a very strange shape. Yeah, he's gonna want to do some reorganizing after seeing this from an aerial view. And Putin even checked out a brand new security vehicle called the Batmobile. It's safe to say this thing looks insane and even more scary than the Beast. Next up is Angela Merkel. So Angela Merkel is the Chancellor of Germany. She's known for having a lot of security guards all around her at all times. Whenever she goes to summits in other countries, she has a massive security detail and motorcade. She travels in a very discreet black car, but this car is always kitted out with bulletproof doors and windows. There are also bulletproof tires which cannot be popped. And even when Angela Merkel goes out to do chores like Christmas shopping, her security follow her very closely. Next up is Narendra Modi. Since 2014, Modi has been the Prime Minister of India, and he is known as one of the most secured people in the world. He's on the record saying his security is foolproof. Everywhere he goes, he has dozens of Indian army members with large rifles following him around. His security guards have earplugs for communication and even tactical eyewear. They carry Belgian-made P90s and wear bulletproof vests under their suits. They wear combat shoes in the style of dress shoes and also are equipped with a communication device. They have elbow pads, bulletproof knee pads, and even non-skid combat boots. And on their legs, even a Glock pistol. His motorcade consists of around 12 armored cars. And because India is near to countries like Pakistan known for the Taliban, Modi is very careful. He's very popular in India, but everyone has their critics, and some critics are crazy, meaning he needs a lot of security. Narendra Modi really does have one of the biggest motorcades in the world. His motorcade alone costs millions and millions of dollars, and it's estimated one of the biggest expenses in the government of India is his personal security. Check out the poll in the top right corner to vote for the most secure person in the world. I'm pretty sure it's Narendra Modi. He says himself his security is foolproof. And while everyone on this list is very secure, not many can say it's 100% foolproof. If you guys want more amazing videos, then check out my second channel. There'll be a link to that on screen in a moment. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.